So you want to see the ultimate Mosa pedal comparison in sim racing? It's here. We've got all of the pedals from Mosa. We're going to let you know what's good, what can be improved, and by the end of it, you're going to know what pedals to get if you're in the Mosa ecosystem or looking. We've got the Mosa CRP pedals. These are top-of-the-range Mosa pedals. They are about £450 retail value. They're more expensive than fanatec V3s. Very interesting stuff going on here we're going to let you know about. We've got the Mosa SRP pedals. They're about £150. They come with a load cell, which is very competitive. And then we've got the Mosa SRP Lite pedals that come as part of the R5 bundle. So for about £450, you get the SRP Lite pedals, you get an R5 wheelbase, and you get a rim as well. So you can go racing with that, but they don't have a load cell. We're going to talk about build quality. We're going to go through in detail here with Sam Professional Carter. By the way, all of these are review units from Mosa. Very important you know that. Firstly, we're going to get onto the CRPs, obviously, but I want to compare SRPs and SRP Lites. So maybe we just take these off so we can see these. Because I started in my Mosa journey with the SRP Lites because I had the Mosa R5 bundle.
Yep.
No load cell, but they look very similar, especially around the back. If we turn them around the back,
they look near enough identical, pretty much.
Yeah. In fact, I believe the Mosa SRP Lites, I had to add a brake, like performance kit spring, basically to add a bit of resistance on the brake. So the bit where I wasn't super keen on the Mosa SRP Lites was the resistance brake. I don't know how it feels for you, Sam, pushing down on it.
Wait.
Oh god, pushing down the table.
Pushing down the table. There's definitely resistance there. It's a lot stronger than other brands.
We'll try the.
Yeah, that one there feels a lot easier to compress than that one there.
That one feels easier, even though it's a load cell. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so maybe I've done that up to 11. I don't know if people are going to see, Sam, but this load cell in the SRPs has a cable running.
Yeah.
From the load cell. The SRP Lites don't because of the potentiometer. But interesting, you can have different resistance, so you can add different springs and whatnot, but that's interesting.
You can. It looks like you can add different spaces on the back here, just so you can, like you said, for resistance. You could probably get different performance kits for the braking as well.
So where are they different? Where are they similar? The faceplates look exactly the same. I don't know if we can see any difference in the faceplate.
These bits here look identical. I literally would not be able to tell a difference.
And the housing for the pedals looks exactly the same as well.
Yeah, for me, the only bits which look different on these pedals from the face, from the front of it, is actually the pedal plates themselves. This here is nice aluminium with the beveled edges and the shiny finish.
Yeah.
The other ones look a lot cheaper. Are they plastic?
Not sure.
Oh, no, they are.
I think this whole
metal,
construction is metal all the way through. So you do get that from Mosa. You are getting metal all the way through. It's not like if you've got Logitech pedals or Thrustmaster pedals, plastic, and they can snap. I personally like that style. I have it on my fanatec V3s. I wonder if some people might prefer the stubbier ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's different opinions. Everyone likes something a little bit different. They don't. So I don't have anything of the Mosa system. This is all new to me. These faceplates, are they interchangeable? Do they actually come with other faceplates, or is this what they come with?
I'm not sure they come with other faceplates, but they're definitely interchangeable because you can take them. But I don't know if they come with different ones.
Which I know, and obviously, like the fanatec, you can get like
little curved ones.
The curved ones, like the crescent moon. So these don't.
I'm not sure. I imagine there's an aftermarket thing. Anyway, let's talk about connectivity. So you've got SRPs, I've got SRP Lite. So the main thing for me actually is connectivity here is massively different. So if you're on the used market, very important you know this. So, and I want to make sure everyone can see this. So I've got a button box here that's in the brake pedal, but I can only plug this into the wheelbase. It says wheelbase, which is the R5. So you cannot plug these directly into a PC.
Okay.
So therefore, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you can't use these without the R5 wheelbase.
So it locks you into...
It locks you into the R5 or maybe any Mosa.
Yeah, it locks you into the Mosa ecosystem.
What about yours, Sam?
So mine, however, is on the actual throttle. Is on the throttle pedal, not the actual brake pedal. Oh, really?
Yes. Your button box?
It's over here.
That's interesting.
Just there. Once again... It does have an input for a clutch. And then on the other side, you've got the USB bit there, which then I would presume would allow you to plug it in to other systems,
Or
maybe straight to
PC.
PC.
I'm just wondering, Sam. I think when I got these SRP lights, I think I got these and they both looked exactly the same on the back.
Yeah.
And they were both like this, a throttle and the brake. And I think I added the brake edition kit to one of them. And I think I could basically choose which one. So I think this whole section here is a new addition.
Yeah.
So I just want to make that clear, because when I got these, I think I was like, whoa, I need more resistance on the brake. Whereas
So you think that there
is an additional piece.
Okay, so you think that was essentially the exact same as the throttle?
Because they would then be the exact same pedal, and that would make sense to keep these as cheap as possible.
Yeah.
That they're just the exact same.
Even looking between these two here, the actual framework is identical. It's got the same cutouts on the side.
In fact, I think I've what does that say on the Sam side? What does that say on the side?
Here?
Yeah, what pedals does it say it is?
To the throttle.
Throttle.
Yeah.
But what have I put on the back of it?
Oh, the brake.
Yeah, so I think I've turned the throttle into a brake there. So I think, yeah, so I think normally your brake pedal would be like that,
Yeah.
which is very light.
It is.
So-
It feels like a normal non-load selling
Yeah.
pedal.
So worth bearing, I just want to clarify that. So let's remove the SRP lights and we'll go talk about SRPs and CRPs. So you've explained that the button box here works normal PC. So now we're comparing, do you want to buy these for 150 that have a load cell, which is very competitive, or do you want to go top of the range and go for CRP? Do you have the brake?
Do you want the clutch up there, or shall I leave the clutch to the side?
We can leave the clutch to the side. So I'll give you the brake because, yeah, for the price of the SRP, for the price of the R5 bundle, you can get these pedals.
Yep.
So these pedals are a lot more expensive, and they're also 3 times basically as expensive as these. Are we seeing 3 times the quality or whatnot? You do get an extra pedal.
Yeah, I was going to say, you start off with the extra pedal. From another video, we know it comes with spares.
Yep.
It comes with all the mounting kit. It comes with the foot plate, the heel rest. The really cool feature where you can adjust the angle of the actual faceplate. So if you like having your feet flat or more steep of an angle,
Yeah.
you can adjust it how you want.
There's a lot more adjustability inherently in the design
Yep.
than you get in the SRP.
I mean, you can even move the mounting point up and
Yeah.
down. You can do that on all 3 pedals. 100% you can do that.
The fact they've done that, not only designed it like that, but had to machine it like that and make sure it's still sturdy like that,
Yep.
shows that they've really thought about making this adjustment. I'm thinking like esports level sort of adjustability.
Yeah, I mean, even down to like aesthetics, like the colouring, like the bronzy gold, it looks amazing. I actually really do like that colouring.
Yeah, it may not come across on camera, but I can imagine if you're someone who's working in the week and it's a Sunday evening and that's the time you get to sit your rig and you see that gold sort of glinting through your rig, it just gives you that sort of feeling.
Yeah.
So it's a nice touch.
It really does set off. Like everything else is dark and silver, and then you've just got these little bits here,
Yeah.
which just set off.
The fanatec has something similar in red. The V3s have a sort of red colour.
They've got like an anodized red.
Yeah.
They do look great. They are night and day made so much nicer. These actually look like proper pieces of billet
Yeah.
alley, whereas these kind of look like essentially a bit of
It's worth.
coving.
So just bear. We're going to get quite technical here. I hope you're enjoying the video. Please make sure you like and you subscribe as well. I want to make sure the viewers can see this, Sam. This is still based on this sort of like manufacturing first. Let's keep costs down by the way we're designing it, because the brake and the throttle are exactly the same.
Yep.
You have a different faceplate and then you add the load cell in there, I think, pretty much. But the structure that you've got is the same.
Yeah.
Whereas if we move on to the throttle and the brake, because that's what we've got here for CRPs, it looks like we have some more. I mean, there's stuff drilled in, and it's just they're more custom basically for what they want.
I mean, all 3 of these, I don't know if you can actually see it in the video, all 3 of these, these base plates here are all very different to each other.
Yeah, even though they might look similar, they're different.
I mean, the actual silhouette, so if you looked at it in the dark, the silhouette is the same, but they've all been drilled individually for their own direct needs.
Even this, Sam, I'm gonna turn it to you, and then if you look at the brake and the throttle, it looks like the gap at the front is a little bit wider, I think, in one of them. So even that hole that's been drilled is just is a slightly different config to be purpose built to be a brake or a throttle.
Yeah, I think so. I would tend to agree with you on that.
And if you look at the back, you can see that the access points in the back are different in terms of what's got screws in them.
Well, it's the also, like I said, the mounting point. So if we go onto here, this is kind of like the closest forward. There are no mounting holes forward out there, so this is purpose made for the throttle, and then go to the clutch.
Yeah,
that's somewhere in between the two. So there's been a lot of research, development, individual bit of manufacturing.
Yeah,
and that does obviously drive up the price of it. They do look really stunning pieces of kit.
I would also say in an ecosystem where a lot of people will look at like the Moza, like R9, R12, and say that looks quite similar to a fanatec product from a wheelbase perspective. These are actually not similar to any fanatec product I know. It looks like this is actually some original, very original design work going on. Button box, I don't know if you explained, but it all goes into the brake and then it comes out into USB.
Yep. One thing I am surprised about with these is, like you said, you plug it into itself. It just doesn't seem to make sense. You think the plug's here. Why does it need to be plugged into the same unit?
The reason for that is that button box could be a separate button box. It could just be a separate thing.
Yeah.
But it just happens to be housed in the brake, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's even technically removable. It might at some. It wouldn't be manufactured with the brakes. It probably at some level.
There are actually a pair of Allen keys, Phillips screws on the top, which you could probably just unscrew and put it out.
So you could have the button box separate if you want to mount it differently. And I actually did the similar thing with my Logitech G Pros, where I unmounted the button box and had these mounted, because you can mount these directly on the rig. There's also a plate.
It does come with an actual foot plate, a nicely branded heel rest, spares, all the hardware for it, wiring, and the USB cable.
That heel rest can be very important, because when I had my pedals mounted separately, it feels great and they're mounted natively, but then you can miss a heel rest.
They do look a lot better when they're all mounted individually, not on a heel plate.
But interesting to see the different levels of the Moza pedals. I wouldn't recommend picking up a second-hand pair of SRP Lites because it's going to limit you in the ecosystem.
Yep.
But it is worth considering the SRP pedals versus CRPs. Just bear in mind that these are a different level, but you're paying for that, really.
You are. You're paying for the extra machining, the extra research. These ones here, if you're beginning, mid-range, I reckon they will be as good.
And £150 in this world of sim racing is...
Yeah, it's sim racing. We all know how expensive that can get. And for £150 with a load cell, mounting plate, all the wiring neatly in there, availability to mod it. It
seems to me what they've done there is like, we want to get a load cell in, and we're going to manufacture in a way that we can keep that price down and focus on the load cell rather than focus on anything differently. But yeah, really hope you enjoyed this. More videos around here, including the in-depth look at the CRPs. We're going to get these on the rig and put them through their paces. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.